Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cock Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And as you can tell by the massive grin on my face, welcome to our post-match reaction to Liverpool's 9-0. Yes, I'm not making that up. 9-0 victory over Bournemouth. Of course, Scott Parker's men getting absolutely battered by Jurgen Klopp's Reds as well. The reaction that we all wanted from that game after the last couple of weeks of absolute abysmal football from Liverpool Football Club as well. And of course, the boys did not disappoint. They did deliver, and Liverpool did get their first win of the season. Look, absolutely brilliant result, absolutely brilliant performance from each and every single one. We'll be talking in depth about each and every single player today as well, because I think, look, any of them could have been man of the match over the 90 minutes as well. Even the midfield, which of course we've criticised quite massively over the last week or so anyway. And of course, apologies, there was no video last night, but late last night anyway, with the news that Liverpool have made a U-turn about the midfielder. That will be tomorrow's video that we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, which midfielder could Liverpool get before the end of the window. But let's not talk about transfers, people. Let's not talk about transfers. Let's talk about the Reds absolutely battering Bournemouth by 9-0 anyway. And leave your comments in the chat down below. Let me know your man of the match in the chat down below as well. And let me know how you lot are feeling about Liverpool's first victory of the Premier League season. It took 3 games, but again, first win, and hopefully 29. I say 29 more. It's not 29 more. Of course, it's a load more than that. But of course, hopefully the Reds can get it done anyway. But insane result as well, says Data. Hello, Data. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. Jesus Christ, what did the lads have for breakfast this morning? I think Jurgen Klopp pretty much bollocked them, didn't he, throughout the week, Chris, to be fair. Showing Man United defeat really didn't hurt us. Brilliant to see what I expected to smash in as well. And of course, a very good day for me. I was at my local team, Carlisle. Again, Carlisle beating Gillingham 1-0 while this was happening. Absolutely brilliant, Chris, as well. But yeah, again, guys, absolutely brilliant from Liverpool today. I'll quickly show you. Let me quickly get the match report up for you guys. Anyway, of course, footmob.com. I normally get this from. Anyway, if I say it all the time. If Footmob could sponsor us, then that would be brilliant as well. But of course, Liverpool 9, Bournemouth 0. Let me quickly scroll up for you. Of course, Luis Diaz scoring in the first 3 minutes for the Reds as well. Roberto Firmino getting the assist. Harvey Elliott with a beautiful left-footed strike. Roberto Firmino assist as again. Trent Alexander-Arnold, and again Roberto Firmino getting the assist for Trent Alexander-Arnold's absolute whopper, about 25 yards out, and landed in the top left-hand corner. Roberto Firmino then getting his goal on the 31st minute and making it 5-0 right before half-time. Virgil van Dijk with a header, of course, assisted by Andy Robertson. Of course, second half then, own goal. It should have been Luis Diaz's goal, but it was given offside. I think Luis Diaz was offside, to be fair, but luckily it did come off the player as well. For me, it should have been given offside, but who cares? Roberto Firmino then with the 7th goal. Fabio Carvalho getting his first official Liverpool goal as well to make it 8-0, assisted by Kostas Tsimikas. And then Luis Diaz capping off the Reds win with a second Kostas Tsimikas assist as well. So again, Kostas with 2 assists for the game as well. Roberto Firmino getting a hat-trick of assists as well. And shockingly, Mohamed Salah didn't score a goal again in this game, which I think is absolutely mental anyway. But it's good to see that Roberto Firmino, for me, was the standout today. Look, when Roberto Firmino plays good, Liverpool play good, and that is just the aspect of the game. And I got a quick little average position graph for you guys as well. If I can quickly get that up. And if I lost it, no, I haven't. So this was last week's graph against Manchester United last week, and as you can see, Roberto Firmino around that centre mid area, alongside James Milner and Jordan Henderson last week. But you take a look at today, anyway, Roberto Firmino alongside Luis Diaz further up the field, making more of an impact in that final third for the Reds as well, not hanging around the likes of Jordan Henderson and Fabinho. He was firmly, right ahead, just above Harvey Elliott and Luis Diaz. Of course, Mohamed Salah will always be the furthest player up the pitch for Liverpool on that right-hand side. But again, Roberto Firmino making that impact in the final third for the Reds, where he should be and where he is most deadliest again. And of course, scoring 2 goals and getting 3 assists today for the Reds, which for me, he is my man of the match, plain and simple. I thought, look, Roberto Firmino last week had plenty of criticism, and I think, look, each player had plenty of criticism last week after that Manchester United performance. But I think, look, you look at it, the different animal that was Roberto Firmino today. But it wasn't just him. Him, Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Carvalho when he come on as well. Mohamed Salah, even though he didn't get a goal, looked deadly throughout the game. Trent as well looked 10 times better than what he did last week. Attacking wise, better going forward. Defensively as well, had a very good performance, intercepting the ball, pretty much every single time a player tried to get past him this week as well. But yeah, for me, guys, Roberto Firmino, absolutely amazing today. And again, as plenty of you guys have already mentioned in the chat down below, makes a statement, especially with a tricky game coming up next against Newcastle. And this is the thing now, Liverpool will have tricky games now week in, week out. And this was pretty much the start of it. Of course, we've got Bournemouth today, Newcastle in the week, and then next week, then of course the Merseyside derby against the against the Blue Shite at Goodison Park as well. But Chris says, I don't care. It's Bournemouth. It's a statement win. It's 100% a statement win, as you said. But they respect my number 9. 2 goals and 3 assists as well. Yeah, si, senor. Bobby Firmino will give the ball to Bobby and he will score. And yeah, it was brilliant today. And it was nice to see Bobby have that threat throughout the game. It wasn't just, throughout periods. It was throughout the 90. Just every little flick, every single touch. It was the old Roberto Firmino. Reminded me quite a lot of the 17-18 Roberto Firmino that was just allowed to do whatever he wanted to do in the final third. And yeah, I loved it. I loved Roberto Firmino's performance as well. But John's in saying, big up Connor, mate. You cheating bastard. Hello, John. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. When Liverpool are at their best, Bobby is at his best. Simple as that. 1000% agree with you. But there, Chris, as well. Dave says, hard for me to pick man of the match as there were so many top performances. Yeah, 100%. Like for me, it was very close between him and this man, Luis Diaz. For me, again, got the first goal, got the last goal as well today. But the energy that he brought was amazing. From minute 1, it was amazing. And to be fair, I say this just about, Luis Diaz. Let me quickly make my light a little bit bigger for you guys, because then it takes away the blur from there. But again, you look at it and you're like, the whole energy from the team, from the midfield, from the forward line, and even from the defense as well. We all criticised, and me more, most definitely criticised Virgil for not being intense and not, going one-on-one with a defender and not, trying to go close to them. Today, he did that against Kiefer Moore and did it very, very well. And I'm hoping, of course, and we all hoped that it would be a reaction from that Manchester United defeat last week, and it was a reaction. Now, can Liverpool go on now and make this a certain thing? Of course, Wednesday is going to be important. Newcastle, very, very hard side at the moment. Of course, Eddie Howe's got them working tremendously well at the present moment in time. But for me, this was a massive statement for Liverpool to, to go forwards and to, show that, all right, we can have our bad couple of weeks now. Now's our season. Now is the start of our season. We're going to go from 0 miles per hour to 1,000 miles per hour now until the end of the season. Hopefully, fingers crossed as well. But it was bloody lovely, wasn't it? It was absolutely lovely. I'm absolutely chuffed over the moon with it as well. Main is the win on our board. Couldn't ask for a better. Really, well, you could say Wooden got 10. Shocking performance, obviously, but sarcastic as well, says Chris. I think that's our highest win in our club history. It's the joint highest win. I think we beat Sheffield Wednesday, I think, 9-0. I think. I think if it was 10, it would have been. It would have been. Thanks very much for commenting on the video today. Really appreciate it. No problem. John as well. John, leave your link in the chat as well, guys. Go and subscribe over to John's channel as well. Facts, Doug as well. What did Doug say? John Henry should come to every home game. Yeah, he should. He absolutely should. Absolutely. Again, I think that might be a little bit linked with the thing that was spoke about last night that we'll mention tomorrow's video as well. But facts, Doug, lol as well. Big up Doug as well from John. Did we miss Mane today? I know it's easy saying that after we won 9-0. Look, we'll always miss Sadio Mane. Don't get me wrong. I love Sadio Mane and everything that he did for Liverpool Football Club. Again, for me, when everyone was commenting that last week, for me, I don't think Liverpool are missing Sadio Mane. I think we're missing Diogo Jota at times, but again, who cares when we're winning 9-0? But again, we could be completely saying the different thing now on Wednesday against Newcastle as well. But Jade's in. Hello, Jade. Hopefully on a fantastic day. Saying what a win that was. Why couldn't we start the season like this? Firmino, man of the match as well. Yeah, 100%, Jade. It was ridiculous, wasn't it? As well. Hi, John. As well, says Jade. Hi, John. As well. Hi, John. From Doug as well. Hi Doug, how are you? Sorry about Livingston letting you down. The Livingston lost. Bloody hell. Crystal Palace, mate, not Sheffield. Was it Crystal Palace? I thought it was Sheffield Wednesday. To be honest with you, that's the link for John. Go and subscribe over to John's channel as well, guys. As well, horrible result. Did they lose bad, Doug? Let me know the score down below. At least Liverpool and Doug as well, says Jade as well. Anyway, but going more onto the stats then for today's game. If we take a quick look at what FootMob rated each and every single Liverpool player, of course, Roberto Firmino getting man of the match with 2 goals and 3 assists. For the game, of course, Trent then getting a 9, which again was, of course, brilliant. Mo getting a 7.1, Harvey getting 8.0, of course, taking off at half time. We think because he's going to start against Newcastle, it's not an injury concern. I think it was just more giving Carvalho game time as well, and what's name, Luis Diaz 9.1 as well. But of course, we made, of course, 4 substitutions. Fabio Carvalho coming on, getting a goal. James Milner, or if Liz is in here, James freaking Milner. Kostas Tsimikas getting 2 assists as well, and Stefan Beritic, I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I have butchered his name as well. But we take a look then at the stats. Liverpool 3.23 on expected goals to Bournemouth 0.29. 19 total shots, 6 big chances for Liverpool, 3 big chances missed as well. Of course, 0-0 for Bournemouth as well. Accurate passes as well. We completed 86% of our passes today as well. If we take a quick further down as well, you look at it. Of course, the most threats coming in the first half, 1.95, and again the second half 2.28 as well for the Reds as well. But you look at it overall, Liverpool completely dominated this Bournemouth side, and I think, look as well. For me, I was a bit nervous before the game. I don't think I was this nervous for Liverpool Man City last season, but I was nervous today because, look, we've suffered over the last couple of weeks of, not performing well and not doing, our best. And I think, look, pretty much everyone had that feeling of, this is going to be nervous. And then, of course, Liverpool just completely smashed out the water. And in the first, 20 minutes, it was 4-0. So you look at it on that aspect of things and you're like, Jesus Christ, can we do this every single week? You'd hope so anyway. But, of course, look, Bournemouth, City should have battered them more. a couple of weeks ago. Arsenal should have battered them more as well. But again, you look on the face of it, Bournemouth did pretty well to make the scoreline 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, but Liverpool just completely blow them away. And I think once that fifth goal went in the second half, you knew straight away what was going to happen for the rest of it anyway. But on cloud nine, on cloud nine as well, says Chris. Yeah, Aberdeen 5, Livingston 0. Jesus Christ, that's bad. Rangers Liverpool win. Brilliant day for John as well. Everyone, please please make sure you're smashing that like button as well. Yeah, if there is anyone new around here, I never say at the start of the streams when I'm supposed to. But yeah, if you're new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button as well, because it does massively help out the channel as well. I'm just quickly checking something a minute because I had a news flash pop up on my laptop. Is there any news on anyone? Let me quickly double check this, guys. I don't think so. No, it's just Twitter being absolutely annoying. Anyway, but for me, look, 100%, and these two for me were the standouts of today: Roberto Firmino and Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz, for me, like I mentioned, the energy that he brought from minute one in the game. That when we spoke about, I think Chris mentioned there about Sadio Mane. Luis Diaz brought that energy like Sadio Mane would for Liverpool on that left-hand side, and I think more so as well. If we look on the, on the average graph as well, Luis Diaz more inwards than he was last week as well, playing a little bit more inverted instead of course being more out on the wing. Like you take a look at it last week against Manchester United, he was a little bit more out on that left-hand side, but today, connected alongside Roberto Firmino, that link-up play working well as well. Obviously, Andy Robertson as well. I thought that, and to be fair, we haven't really mentioned Robbo as well. For me, Robbo massively deserves a shout as well. I thought he had a very, very good game. But again, for me, I massively shouted for Costas to play in this game, even for Newcastle. Now, I still think Costas should be given the opportunity. He came on 2 assists, done pretty well on as well. But again, Andy Robertson for me, just to make a statement of going, look, I've had a couple of poor games. This is what I can do. Was absolutely brilliant as well. And look, you can't say anyone. I think the only player you can say that didn't do much today was Alisson Becker, because he didn't have nothing to do. He had 1 or 2 saves to make that were pretty comfortable. But apart from that, it was a typical Alisson Becker performance. But you look at the rest of it, the partnership between Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, kept the likes of Kiefer Moore, pretty much quiet for the entire game. Trent looked much better, going forward and defensively as well. Same with Andy Robertson as well. The midfield actually looked pretty good. Harvey Elliott on that right-hand side, Jordan Henderson as well, having a very, very good game. And then, of course, Fabinho just mopping up like Fabinho does. But that front three, again, Roberto Firmino, playing in that position that he loves so much, in that, it's in the pocket of space, isn't it, between, the line of, of the, middle three and the front three, and again, that's what Roberto Firmino needs to do more, in the games against, Manchester United last week, not to be so deep and just go and attack, because we all remember that Roberto Firmino back in 17-18, where he got over 30 goal contributions in the season, and he was absolutely amazing throughout that season. And again, we love what Roberto Firmino has done when you've got the likes of Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane next to him, but now he has to be a bit further up, and potentially there might be a formation change as well, potentially when we've got the likes of Thiago back, when we've got Darwin Núñez back as well. We'll have him back next week, because of course, this game counted for the suspension, and of course, the Newcastle game midweek counted for the suspension as well. But again, we'll have that, and then of course, hopefully we might have another player come in the door, midfielder walk into the door anyway. But of course, we are going to be talking about that tomorrow anyway. in depth tomorrow at 9 o'clock for you guys anyway. But yeah, as John says, please hit that subscribe button as well. And guys, in the chat, I can see a couple of you in here now. I think there's like 19 of you in here as well. Let me know your score prediction. Let me know your man of the match in the chat down below. I know Roberto Firmino has been a few people's man of the matches. If there was any other man of the match as well, let me know in the chat down below as well. There are rumours about Rodgers again. It wouldn't surprise me. I've seen the result. They lost 2-1 to Chelsea, and I think they've lost Fofana now for definite to Chelsea as well. I think it's a matter of time about Brendan Rodgers. Again, I just don't see. I don't see a positive thing for at the minute for Leicester. I think what is it now? 2 draws and 2 defeats now for Leicester. Again, I just don't think there is an up road at the minute because again they have 5 days to replace. And again, Liverpool are in the same boat with the midfielder, but Leicester, they haven't spent any money, any noticeable money anyway this summer. Of course, this whole problem with Fofana over the last week or two, and now of course he's going. It only gives you 5 days now to replace him, and of course, will Brendan Rodgers be that guy to bring him in? Will it be, of course, their transfer committee? And that, of course, I have to probably get Anthony on the channel and get him to speak about it as well. Scott Parker for that cardigan. What the F was he wearing, lad? For me, I thought it was inside out. I watched it on telly and I was like, is the cardigan inside out? It looked weird, didn't it? It looked very, very weird. To be fair, it looked like a mixture of like a Michael Jackson and just a boring office outfit. It just looks weird. It looked weird. But yeah, I did think it was inside out because he had the tag on the outside. I don't get it. It's weird. Anyway, but we're not here to talk about freaking Scott Parker and his weird fashion sense as well. But these two as well, I want to quickly mention before we do head off as well. Harvey Elliott for me was absolutely brilliant in that first half on that left hand side. If I can quickly get up his stats for the game. Anyway, of course, him getting a goal as well for Liverpool. But if I quickly get up his stats for you guys anyway, in the chat down below, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, anyway, but they, 45 minutes, 8.0 rating, 1 goal for Harvey Elliott, total shots 1 as well. Quickly, nope, that's me doing it wrong as per usual. Where's the arrow? Please, arrow work. It's not going to work. Bloody hell, hey, on, there we go. Of course, 86% pass accuracy, 30 out of 35 balls, 1 chance is created, and again, 100% shot accuracy, touches 43, successive dribbles 2 out of 2, passes into the final third, accurate crosses as well. But just the overall play for me for Harvey Elliott was tremendous, and the same with Fabio Carvalho. For me, these two, especially Carvalho, him coming on, playing that position, I generally thought he would have started the game. And I thought these two would have been the midfield, a part of the midfield 3 alongside Fabinho. But again, it just goes to show 2 19-year-olds, they're most likely going to be here for a very long time in this Liverpool side, and they're already proven to be, an amazing signings from Liverpool Football Club. Again, and for me as well, you look at it, for me, like Carvalho looks really special. He just does, and I love Harvey Elliott, but Carvalho looks amazing. And again, I don't think really Jurgen knows his best position at the minute. And I think if Liverpool do change systems and go to that 4-2-3-1, I think Carvalho in that 10 could be very special for Liverpool as well. But again, I think, look, it's going to be amazing, isn't it? Them two, 19 years of age, of course, it's going to be amazing as well. Harvey Elliott lost his nan a few days ago. That's sad to hear. As well, of course, thoughts go out to Harvey Elliott and his family as well. Nothing really broke about that, neither, Doug. So again, a bit sad as well. Maybe that was, a huge reason, of course, for the emotional reaction to his goal today. But again, of course, you don't know what happens behind closed doors as well. But again, our thoughts are with Harvey Elliott and his family as well. But again, I'm just looking now at the photos of Harvey Elliott on Twitter, and again, it just shows the emotion, doesn't it, on Harvey Elliott side anyway. But for me, guys, look, again, it makes a brilliant statement, doesn't it? Again, 9-0 could have been worse, couldn't it? But you look at the rest of the Premier League. If I quickly let me quickly get the rest of the Premier League results for you guys as well. Liverpool move up, I think, to 10th now, is it, in the league? Of course, you can't really tell by the by the Premier League at the moment. Anyway, let me quickly get the Premier League up for you guys as well. Anyway, and there we go. So yeah, Liverpool are currently at 9th in the table. Anyway, after that win against Manchester, well, and then of course below Manchester United, of course Liverpool 1 win, 2 draws and 1 defeat as well. They scored 13, conceded 5 with a +8 on goal difference. The best, well, I say the best, the joint best goal difference in the league, alongside Manchester City. So again, they won. Of course, they come back, as you can hopefully probably see, but yeah, as you can see, but they come back 4 goals to 2 against Crystal Palace. That frustrating game, because of course they was 2-0 down again, but again they come back to win by 4 goals to 2. Typical Manchester City, giving us hope and then disappointing Liverpool fans yet again. Anyway, but nevertheless, Liverpool absolutely battering Bournemouth anyway, and hopefully now the Reds can take this going forward as well against Newcastle now midweek. Of course, we'll have a preview show probably on Tuesday. Anyway, if the game is on Wednesday, if not, it'll be on Monday. Anyway, but tomorrow, guys, we're hopefully going to have a couple of people on. I keep saying this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get some people on. We'll talk about this. Also, of course, the major talking point tomorrow that we're going to be talking about is, of course, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool making a U-turn on, of course, the transfer of about a midfielder. But again, you can't take away from this win the victory 9-0 against Southampton. I keep saying Southampton against Bournemouth. The reason why I keep saying Southampton, I put Southampton on Twitter as well, is because I was on the 1892 Reds podcast prediction show, and I had United drawing against Southampton, and all day I've been annoyed by that handball by Scott McTominay. If Doug is still in here, he'll know. There was like 3 handballs in one phase of play, and I don't get it. But yeah, I lost points on that, for God's sake, as well anyway. But again, it's going to be an interesting couple of days for Liverpool anyway. Of course, the transfer window shuts as well this week. So, of course, we're going to have a transfer deadline day stream for you guys anyway. And, of course, any other breaking news that does come out in the next couple of days anyway, we will bring it to you straight away anyway. But, guys, that is going to be it from me tonight anyway. Apologies that it is kind of a short post-match reaction anyway. But I have to head off because I have to quickly do something anyway. But yeah, guys, hopefully tomorrow at 9 o'clock we'll be having a couple of guests on. We'll hopefully speak more in depth about this game, and of course we will be speaking about midfielders and so on anyway. But if you're not already subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And also as well, if everyone can leave a like on the video as well, it's very much appreciated. And again, it massively helps out the algorithm and helps out the channel, again, very much massively as well. But just to quickly run through what we've spoken about anyway, of course, we've spoken about average positions, and of course, if you look at Roberto Firmino's positioning, again, amazing in the final third, getting in and around the goals as well. Roberto Firmino, for me, was my man of the match for the game anyway, and fingers crossed he'll hopefully be your man of the matches as well. But again, Luis Diaz was a short second for me. It's absolutely brilliant for Liverpool today, and again, I think, look, it's amazing to see Roberto Firmino back. Three assists, 2 goals as well. Costa Simicas getting 2 assists as well, and of course Luis Diaz getting 2 goals as well. But you look at it though, guys. Again, hopefully now this is the start of that amazing run that we've spoken about that could happen for Liverpool after the very poor start of the season anyway, and we hope and fingers crossed it can be that as well anyway. But Chris says great stream as always, pal. Thank you very much, Chris, as well. But guys, If you are new around here, like I did say, if you could please leave a like, hit the subscribe button as well. It does massively help out the channel. And yeah, if anyone would like to come on tomorrow as well and have you say about this game and of course the transfers as well about midfielder, then let me know on Twitter, DM me, or leave a comment if you're watching on the repeat as well. Anyway, but guys, please stay safe, please stay well, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. anyway. And of course, hopefully a fantastic rest of your Saturday after Liverpool have absolutely battered Bournemouth by 9 goals to 0 anyway. But guys, please stay safe, please stay well. I've been Connor from the Cock Council. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.